Greetings, ladies, gents, oddities, and all the in-betweens. This is going to be a short video. Now, it's going to be short, mostly because not a lot of things this week have worked out the way I expected them to. Now, I'm sure in some light that could be looked at as a bad thing or a good thing. But I honestly feel this week was just a different way of thinking. So I'll explain. I don't think I accomplished anything that I set out to do last week, which might be bad overall. Who knows? But I just don't think I accomplished. I didn't get my shelf back up on my wall. Mostly out of me not having things to accomplish it. I gave all my wall anchors to Grell. So because I gave all of my wall anchors to Grell, I don't have any at the moment. But I forgot to get them when I saw her and just didn't bring them home. So that's why my shelf didn't get up. D&D was going to happen, but one of my main players is currently in charge of his job. And because he's in charge of his job at the moment because of someone quitting, he just didn't want to be up super late playing D&D, which I actually kind of understood. And our new player that I've been waiting to join our game for the past month couldn't come to our game because he had issues with his family and a hospitalization. So that kind of fell through, and me and Grell kind of waited 40 hours to see if that would work out, and it didn't. So that was a thing. I didn't buy that much this week because I had to pay my car payment, and that turned into its own problem. So I only really have 2 things to show for the week. My hair happens to not be dyed because I thought that I could just go to Grell's house and just get it dyed. But then she explained to me that the dye that she got from Sally's is a conditioning mask. So I have to shampoo my hair, put the stuff into my hair, and after it's in my hair for a while, then condition it with the stuff I already have. So I didn't link those 2 things up. I was mostly going to, but then I took my conditioner to Grell's place, and I didn't take it back when I left Grell's place, and then that kind of fell through, so that didn't happen. I plan to do yard work this week, but rain thwarted me. I expected some stuff to work out with the house, and that's not 100% worked out or clarified, so that kind of sucks. And anything else going on I didn't do? I think that's all the things I was going to do. So my week didn't go super well. It mostly started going downhill when I dealt with a manager reallocation. So I can't explain it super well, and as much as I like to rant about how these things came into play from my perspective. I can't. So the non-Pacific way to explain this is that a store leader at a different store quit. And not only did she quit, a store leader at a different store and her assistant manager both put in their 2 weeks. That led to a bunch of different things within my district to change. And because of that, a lot of managers needed to be moved to fix the current person that put in their 2 weeks. And because of that, I lost my store leader who went to his previous store where he was ASL. And then his old manager, someone that I'm actually, I think, friendly with, at least friendly with, has come to my store. Grell got moved to a different store. And then the person at the store that Grell went to became a store leader of her store. So technically now everything's worked out. But that was the thing that kind of disrupted a part of my day off. And it led to my week being weird. Led to being weird because I had to work Wednesday. And generally, I don't really do much on Wednesdays. I usually sleep most of Wednesday because that's usually the day that I reserve for sleeping with my bad insomnia. So I worked that Wednesday, got off work to do D&D stuff, which obviously didn't work out, and kind of was tired. I then worked 2 more days out of, like 2 more days I was supposed to, but felt off the entire time. Head off Saturday. I did a couple of Saturday. I think I did like one thing I was supposed to do Saturday. I was going to do the wall, but I realized at like 3 in the afternoon that Jerry was watching TV and probably begging and drilling holes in the wall would have been disturbing to that thing. So that didn't work out. So that kind of didn't work out, and that wasn't the best thing overall, and that kind of had its own level of sucking. So that was also a thing that I dealt with. I found out today that my week might be bad. Unfortunately, discretion. Unfortunately, bereavement is happening in some form for my current manager, and because of said bereavement, it means that my week's going to be weird, maybe going forward too. So that's going to be a fun, interesting issue. So I think that's like everything that's happened, weird or bad, this week. And there's that. Where's the pop? Some good thing about this week. Not a lot, actually. There's that. I bought this pop. It technically was free with like what I was doing because I bought Grell's birthday present. I bought Grell birthday presents, and because of what I got her, I forget how I did it. This pop happened to be free and how I did it. But I got this cool pop. It's Xanathar from Dungeons & Dragons. Zoom? Work with me? Zoom? There you go. Xanathar from Dungeons & Dragons, and I think it's super cool because I didn't know that this pop came out from San Diego Comic-Con, and he came with his own D20, and he's another limited edition pop. So now that I have Xanathar, I have Drix, and I also have Strahd. and soon I'll have my Mimic coming in. So I got another D&D pop. Something else that I got with my week was I got this Steel series, interesting enough, my favorite headset. Outside of my Skull Candy one, but broke, so there's that. But it's my Steel series. It's my Steel series. It's a mat. It's a siege mat. It's an extra large. It's an extra large Rainbow Six Siege mat. Now, before you question why I got this, my desk is kind of always full. And because my desk is always full, it makes me occasionally feel claustrophobic with what I happen to be doing. So I just kind of wanted to fix that problem. So I figured getting a mouse pad would be good. Now, because I had this interesting customer come into my store who kind of was a mouse pad snob, I guess, he just kind of made it seem like XXL mouse pads are better because of reasons. What I took from that conversation with that customer was that if you get an over large mouse pad, it means that amount of playing space for your computer, your keyboard, no matter if you're playing games on your computer or you're using keyboard and mouse for what you're doing, it allows you to have form factor on both sides. So I thought about it and thought that because I have comfortable space here on my desk and I want to improve that, and I'm trying to slowly improve things with my week and everything else, I thought that getting a mouse pad would be good. Now, this mouse pad is actually super big. It's the size of my arm. A little longer than my arm. So, it's going to take up a decent amount of space on my thing. But, I'm actually super interested in this thing. Ironically, it's a black ice mouse pad. And, I'm not going to do, a full opening video for it, only because I don't think I have time to do it. But I got this mouse pad for my thing. I think that Black Ice is going to be the next Siege event, the next Siege season, so I'm super interested in that. I've also been playing a lot of Rainbow Six Siege recently. And, I'm super happy. I'm not happy about that. I'm not a bad thing. I actually miss playing Siege. Because, with all the online shooters with their whole play this game, play the season, pay money, unlock stuff, I generally have gotten burned out on the concept because for season things, I got Call of Duty. I didn't have Call of Duty. I didn't get Modern Warfare. I like playing Modern Warfare, but got to a certain point that my good friend Strider stopped playing with me. So I was basically just in lobbies, hearing people call people faggots and everything else. And playing maps alone are bad. Dealing with online people who complain to you for what you're doing, also bad. And doing it to unlock a few guns for a season wasn't working out for me in Call of Duty. I started playing Siege with Grunt and Wizard, and those actually were interesting. But one of the problems with playing Division 2, I played out with them a lot, was that the season requires you to do things that I've already done, run through complete missions all over again. There's not a lot of diversity for the weapon choices, and at some point, it's just replaying missions that I thought were interesting and fun the first time, but playing them again on a harder difficulty, which means making better builds and getting different weapons and doing events in the city gets super repetitive, and I'm not a big fan of it. So I kind of fell off of playing Division 2. Me and Strider used to play Vigor. That got a season pass. It was funny at first, and then it became weird and boring and hard to complete. And pretty much those things. Like those are the main like online shooters I was playing. And like I just don't feel like being a part of a season pass program at the moment. And because I just don't want to go through that process. I actually like super like Siege because with Siege being such a varied game of game modes, I understand like it's just like going in doing things. But it's so interesting to like unlock different operators on both defense and attack, learning different things, and like a game where people prefer certain operators. It means that you can't always play with the same thing, and certain missions and areas require different tactics. And I'm just a super big fan of Siege. A lot of people told me that Call of Duty, Black Ops, and Warzone has gotten bad. So apparently I got out of Call of Duty at a good time, but I just don't know. But there's that. Sorry, I don't know why we're not worried about Siege, but I like Siege. I miss playing it, and I'm actually having fun playing it and trying to unlock stuff and do more stuff in it. And I'm super happy about it. I'm interested in the new season because I think the new season is going to be Black Ice, which is the mouse pad that I got. Yeah, so that'll be cool when I get to that point. There's that. Oh, on development. I said that last week I wanted to sit down. And I wanted to do something with the pictures that Paneer made me photos. The photos that she made me were super good. The thing is, I can't use the pictures she gave me because they're the wrong dimensions. Like it took a long period of time trying to fix it in Photoshop and just couldn't get it to shrink correctly. So the reason that I have a problem with it is because my videos apparently are in dimensions of 1616 by 1077. The photo that she made me came out to be 2681 by 3005. And I couldn't really shrink that in to get the whole photo, and I couldn't make it small enough without being the wrong dimensions. So that's a problem. And I'll work on that. I did, however, find outro music. I found a song in the YouTube library. I listened to it. It's super varied. I'm going to have 25-second outros, I guess. Because I think that's a good amount of time for it. And I'm going to work on links for the photos, making sure everything fits for going forward. So I'm working on it. The photos just isn't there. And I don't have a splash screen. But I do know, now that I noticed the problem, and it annoys me now, when I end my videos and I say Todd and stuff, I didn't know it before, but like, there's stuff here around me as I'm saying it. And I want to fix that now that I noticed that being a problem. And it bothers me to no end now. So, I want to work on that. Outside of that, that's all I have for my week. That's all I've got. That's all I really have. So, next week stuff, right? Next week stuff. So, next week, I have a cell phone. I have to pay bills. That's essentially it. I have to pay bills, and I gotta get some stuff. I need food. I want to get ahead of that stuff. I need to pick up No More Heroes, and I realize that I'm going into the third quarter of the year. I'm already in the third quarter of the year, but like I have game stuff to figure out now. Currently, my next big thing is Tales of Arise, and ordering it 3 times. It makes sense. I explained it to a lot of people, kind of out of breath and thirsty. So, the short version is I'm going to get it 3 times to make sure that I get everything that I want. Plug edition from Bandai Namco. the DLC and everything from Xbox, the Xbox Store, and the DLC from GameStop. It's a lot of money together, but it's going to work itself out. Hopefully. Outside of that, my plans are when I get paid to make sure my account stays in the green. Hopefully have enough money to pay that Grell. This Tails problem. Picking up No More Heroes. Picking up No More Heroes. Paying off what I'm waiting for so long. Deathloop will finally be in my possession. I'll be paying that off. Happy about it. Deathloop is coming soon. I'll be able to give Grell her presents in 2 weeks. And I think that'll be it. I will have a physical download or anything. I don't know about anything else. Oh, I might be getting cards. I might be getting some Dungeons & Dragons Magic cards. Maybe. And I might be able, if I had the finances to figure it all out, I might be able to finish ordering my Funko Pops. And that'll be cool too. They probably won't be in the next video. I don't know what'll be in the next video, but those are the things I plan to do next week. Get Tales of Arise fully figured out. Pay off Deathloop, pick up No More Heroes 3 if it's available, because currently didn't show up at the store I pre-ordered it at. Yeah, most of that. So I have. Oh yeah, maybe I'll get my picture figured out, and maybe my shelf will get put up. I know how I'm going to do it now. I sat down, I have measured it, I have another idea for my wall. The pictures on Instagram 2 weeks from now, probably, because I'm like slowly inching to where I am. I think today's the 27th, and I think I'm up to like the 14th on Instagram. I don't know how far I am to getting that back figured out, but I'm in the ballpark of getting it done. I'm gonna hopefully try to get it caught up to this month before this month ends. I don't know how well it's going to go, but that's my current forward plan. That's all I got. Come back next week if you want to see if any of that worked out. Maybe I'll have something. Maybe I won't. Or maybe I'll just rant about nothing for time on end. Either way, I'm doing that next week. Now, if you don't care about any of this video, feel free to ignore me. But if not, I will be back next week with maybe changes to my life. Until then, I will see you all then. Ta.